Catholic University to have such an opportunity to welcome you all participants from different countries in this ecumenical dialogue that puts many of the present contemporary issues that we face as all humanity. And reflecting the story, I can only agree with what Father Roman mentioned, that ecological challenges that the present world is seeing are enormous, and especially taking into account the ongoing Russian-Ukrainian war that collapsed a number of the ecological systems, and actually the outputs of this war we will foresee in the number of the years. I welcome you here, and I welcome this such prominent topic that you'll have to discuss these years. And entering like the school, we are definitely referring to the Pope's Francis encyclical letter Laudato Si, that is bringing this concept of the sustainable development into the religious perspective, or either brings religious perspective to the ecological, political, economical, and social discussion. And what is important here, that Pope bring this new idea of systemic or holistic approach to sustainable development that was partly and influenced later to the development of sustainable development goals that we will see on the UN basis. But Pope really systematically claims that Catholic social teaching should now include environmental challenges, and Pope is talking a lot about the global solidarity within the Laudato Si. So he states number of times that this ecological approach has always becomes a social approach, and definitely we should integrate the question of justice into this approach. And talking about the justice, we should bring not only justice to ecological and narratives, but also economic narratives and social narratives, building a whole concept of our human responsibility for the earth and the cry of the poor. And that's exactly what is happening during the Russian invasion. So we already see the tremendous challenges that Ukraine face in terms of the sustainable development. You'll probably be talking that for the present days, more than 30% of Ukraine territory needs to be inspected of mines. And this is a huge area that actually is as large as 2 United Arab Emirates countries. And the causes of war and the emissions that are cause of war are so huge, they are bigger than the average number of pollutions that we see in some of the European countries. For example, they exceed like a number of what Romania or Austria pollutes per year. And definitely we see a number of crises and killings of the natural resources, starting from the disappearing of reservoir of the Kakhovka reservoir that was actually destroyed by Russians, that caused damages to many of the ecosystems, including birds, animals, and including water resources. So these are challenges that are not only of the ecological level, these are challenges that require us to answer both in terms of our behavior, but both in terms of the economy, because it was already calculated by a number of different think tanks in this area that overall Ukraine at the beginning of the 2024 actually estimates more than 60 billion of dollars for environmental damage to Ukraine caused by this full-scale invasion. So this is a big question of how we can collaborate within the our society, and how we can collaborate with other nationalities to face these troubles to settle these troubles and to give more sustainable development of the of our country and of the global development. And referring to finally to these words of that Pope Francis mentioned in Laudato Si, so we should stop crying of earth, and we should stop crying of people, and that requires a tremendous global solidarity. Without this global solidarity, without such type of dialogues as you run in here, it will be impossible not just to settle, but also to prevent these crises and catastrophes that could be running in the other countries. So I welcome you in the good mood and spirit. I enthusiastically require you to think, to talk a lot, to study these cases, to compare these cases with the other countries, and to build this powerful line of solidarity between other countries that we may think. Thank you so much for attending this conference, and welcome.